Okay.
It's here. And it's here. And I can't do anything really without really getting kind of hacky into it. So, what I decided to do is something completely different. Take a break from this for a little bit. I was going to, I was thinking about your suggestion. I was really going to go after it of creating our own custom ruler, and I just felt blocked. There's another piece too. There's another component which I got a sense that I could work around, but there's no. The line ruler indicator is one of several indicators. There's the cone indicator, the sphere indicator. I only grabbed this because I was interested in this, but there's no instantiation of these guys that I can tell, which leads me to conclude that there's code somewhere that's just looking for a descendant and then instantiating these automatically, adding them automatically, which in a lot of ways is good, but from our perspective, we're probably loading too late after the, if that's the case, we're probably loading too late.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Let me just turn down my volume a little bit. It seems a little high. So what I wanted to do instead was work on, here, let's do this. We'll start a PowerPoint. We created more specs on this show than anybody in the world. I want to create a custom persistent, in other words, to a board, right? So board is a level, essentially, that I can load up.
It's like an environment that you're putting things into.
Effects and lighting. I just decided this like moments ago. That's what I'm going to work on.
So when you say persistent, you're not just putting them in there and they hang out for like a few minutes, but you're going to find a way to save this and have it come back next time you load the session?
They are saved and loaded automatically.
Wow.
Automatically.
Serious augmentation.
We call that in the business serious augmentation. Now, what am I going to do? What do I want to do here? Well, I want to do, what am I talking about? What are you talking about, Mark?
You say objects and lighting and stuff. Are you going to put a ball in the sky, call it the sun, and
well, they've already got
a
sun, but I can do weather effects.
Oh,
such as rain, snow. I'm not going to mess with fog because they've already got a fog mechanism, but I can certainly do rain and snow, and maybe even I could throw in wind. Right? I can certainly do that. We can do giant dark clouds, for example, in the sky. We could do that. We could do, I'll throw in fog. We could do like a located fog that's, for some mood kind of thing, right? It's just there, right? I can do lighting.
Surly Dad is in the house.
Oh, Surly.
Set the mood. There's already a big bright light. It shines out of Mark's behind. Wow, Surly Dev. And now you made me regret not starting up featured chat today. How am I going to highlight that awesome thing you just said? I'm not going to start it up, but I'm going to say awesome. That's the kind of sass I'm looking for in the audience. All right, so lighting, so we can set the mood like in a creepy dungeon scene or in a swamp, something like that. Water. I could do waterfalls. I could do even pools of water, right? I could even do, and this is something I want to do separately, traps. I want to have water like rising in the room, for example.
Nice.
That sort of thing. Traps, walls closing in.
So you really are thinking of sort of environmental additions. And I say that sort of distinguish between everything we've done so far. It's kind of been in the moment, lasting a finite piece of time, and then disappearing. All right. And as you quite rightly pointed out, these are things that would want to load up at the start, to be present. Maybe they get manipulated through time whilst we're there, and then they save out they persist their current location and degree of intensity and whatever else we've decided to change across the course of time, meaning that you can effectively declare part 2 tomorrow evening and load things back up exactly as they were when you left them.
Yeah, exactly. Smoke. Portals. Right?
Wow, okay.
I want to be able to throw in portals, and actually, I want to throw in working portals. Working. So if
working? There's a lot of degrees of working for portals.
You drop your mini, and your actual body in its physical form transports to the ethereal plane, and not the player, but your body. So it reaches out of the computer and grabs you. I'm not sure about that. I take a real life portal, please. Look, it's some coffee. I just can't get my hand around that cup. Well, it wasn't coffee anyway. It was tea. It's Lassamat.
Hey, Lassamat. Welcome.
Welcome. So, working, you drop your mini in front of it, and it transports to the corresponding location. Transports to the, the destination.
Do we have any degree of camera control?
Yes, we totally do.
So we could potentially not just have the mini disappear, but we could shift the camera to another location.
Oh, neat.
Which was the reappearance, right?
Yeah, sure, I guess. The problem is that it is the mini, because of the nature of the game, anybody can drop their mini there. So locally, we want to
it could happen when you're not necessarily watching.
Yeah, well, the thing is I could have 7 people all drop their mini at the same time. Well, I guess we did, and we move the camera, there, and yeah, we'll put this in question mark.
There are some practical concerns. It's an idea, but yeah, there's some real world issues, should we say?
Yeah. Design Pattern says, real portals, the Nobel Prize Committee would like a word with you. Yeah, no, not real portals. Besides, I have a switch in my portal that if I created portals, I'd have a secret switch that would turn on after everybody got to use them that wouldn't delete the original. And so you would just be like, copies of you everywhere, and everybody be like, Miller, there's 7 of me.
That's the anti-snap. He's not deleting half the population. He's just multiplying it overnight.
Yeah, and I'd be like, oopsie doodle. All right. So we can do some super cool things to TaleSpire if we get this working.
Okay.
So let's look at the mechanics behind this. There's a couple aspects of it. There's a UI, but this morning, I think I kind of solved UI mechanic theoretically. So there's UI challenges, but I think I got them all. I figured out a way to do it easily, not too hard. UI challenges, but basically there's positioning of the effect.
Yep.
Then there's customization of the effect, right? Mm-hmm. And even potentially triggering different states of the effect.
So collections of properties that you suddenly want to apply.
So like rain cloud or cloud, we could give it a state called, could have some states like static, rainy, snowy.
Mm-hmm.
I can get that spelled. Come on, give me okay, there we go, and snowy. Like that as an example. And I could trigger different states. Maybe bind them to keystrokes.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like the portal's open or closed. Let's do this. Examples. Cloud, like that. Portal. Open. Closed. That sort of thing. And so there's maybe even a right-click menu on them.
Okay.
So different states. Yeah. There's another component to this. I'll call it the network component.
Oh, yeah.
We want to sync everybody up. To sync all the players up. Now, I haven't touched this yet, but I think we're going to delve into this sooner than later. There's a developer out there, HoloFox, who created a synchronization plugin. I might
nice.
Last minute says, I bet the portals would be a subscription type of thing. One leg is free, rest of the body costs extra part per usage. Wow. I think I can afford to travel by portal in that case. This is really dumb. You've got so many extra body parts. All right.
the one true Miller in the corner, and then the several copies that are each missing various limbs.
That's actually
because he cheaped out on the transportation.
That's my fantasy life, actually, just like a whole bunch of me. And they're all worse than me, in some way.
It's like the turrets in Portal 2, and they got absolutely butchered towards the end.
Yeah. It's like that. Okay, so there's a network component to the problem, to the challenge.
Yeah.
We need to sync everybody up, which means we need a shared file.
Mm-hmm.
Could use Dropbox. There's some delay issues with synchronization.
So we're talking about the presumption that the relevant DLLs and plugin itself have already been shipped to the other locations.
Yes.
It's all running.
Yes.
And we're just talking about change of state, if
yes.
you like, config. All right.
Yeah. But we need, the problem is we can't really piggyback onto, my understanding is based on the people who've already tried this. I spoke to them this morning. We can't really piggyback heavily on the TaleSpire storage for the board.
Okay.
That's what it says. How about some SignalR? I don't know yet.
It's an option. No?
Maybe. I've only worked on SignalR on my machine. On one machine. I haven't stepped
That's true.
out.
Our hub has been pretty close to both or the 2 or 3 different places that needed to keep track of that stuff.
Yeah, I am not an expert on that stuff. So anyway, there's potential delay issues with syncing Dropbox, but it's potentially an issue, especially it's really useful for loading. Like if I'm loading it up, it'll all be there. But if I have to trigger states, something else maybe.
Let me ask a question. These various environmental assets and examples, let's imagine we do go with the cloud as a good example, right? So you want to create a cloud. You want to give it several states. This is a bit like where you had your left and your right sets of
Right.
for the wall, the firewall, right?
Right,
So you're going
right.
to pre-build it, a single asset with these other different states, enableable, disableable, right?
Yeah.
Then you're going to instance this within the world in some manner, and then have it save itself being there,
Yeah.
so that next time the level loads, it loads itself up.
Well, I kind of was thinking you'd write all that code, and I would just kind of
Oh,
sit back
okay.
and watch you, because you're Rory. You could do anything. I'm just that guy who talks to Rory.
Yeah.
Speaking of doing anything, let me show you what we did yesterday, so you can see where we left off here. I'll switch back over to TaleSpire. There it is, and go with spells. Oops, sorry. Weapons, staff of fire, wall of fire. All right, here we go. And let's put the map out there. The ruler. Like that. Let's get in here nice and low. Get this guy. Well, we can't move him now that we've got that up there. I just haven't done the nice and low yet on this here. That guy's kind of blocking. Let's move the... Hold on, let me get out of here. Get this guy out of the way. You hang out over there. All right, one more time. I haven't done this yet, but I think it's going to look good by coming right in here. Like that. Wow, is this game integrated with your D&D overlay? It is, design patterns. All right, so here we go.
Yes.
We're going to cast Wall of Fire. Here it comes. Hopefully we go down that line. There you go.
That's pretty cool.
Is that cool?
No mistake. That is pretty cool.
Those are our effects. I
like the rolling explosion.
Yeah, isn't it cool? Now,
That's just great.
switch to the other side like that, so we can switch left or right,
Nice.
right like that. Similarly, we can do, let me add a minute to the clock here so it goes away. It's nice. We can add a ring of
That's
fire
good.
as well. So this shows you the size of the ring. Run that in there. Whoops, what's it? Target out of range. This is Cutie, isn't it? Isn't Cutie up here? Maybe she's not. All right, let's go see if we can bring in Cutie.
I do love a system that when things go wrong, it informs you why it went wrong and exactly what you need to do to fix it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Let's see if we can do it now. Come on. What? Could it be it didn't work because I made the change using edit and continue and I haven't rebuilt this guy?
Oh.
Because I just started this guy from, the last build.
Yeah.
I think that might be it.
It would not be unheard of.
Yeah, I think that's it. All right, I'm going to close it down, restart it. Oh, well. Let's start up that app. So yeah, we got the left to right side working. We also got rings working. So I just wanted to show you that. That was the other thing I'll show you here. Start up the app. It'll take a second for it to start up. Hector, how you doing? I don't know if I said hi to you yet. I don't think I did. Welcome. Glad you're with us. Okay, so what I want to do is, let me do this so we can see both the machines here. I want to come over here and I want to show you kind of how the mechanics of this thing. First, let's drop a character. I'm just going to grab anything in here. I'm going to grab this guy. Okay. So I just dropped a character down here. What I want to do for the mechanics is I want to have every effect attached to a base. I've decided. I think it's actually a really, really useful idea for a couple reasons. So we can.
So not just the characters that have got a base, like with a physical disc that we can see, but you're going to have that for like a circle of fire as well. Or if I misunderstood base?
No. This is for the effects, for the persistent effects, not the spell effects.
Right. So the clouds and so forth that we mentioned earlier, that will allow you to grip them and move them around. Is that the plan?
Right. It'll allow us to grip and move them around. Let me show you let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about here. So let's, first of all, I guess, let's find an effect that we're going to use as our test effect. I don't like these MA effects. There's so many of them, and they just are slightly changing color. Whoops, I wanted to get down to MD something. Maybe I can type it in. Here we go. MD's got some good effects. Here we go. Let's do... Fireball Small. See what it looks like. Where is it? I don't even see it. It might have had a move animation with it. Whoops. Okay, let's try hitting again here. Usually shows up around over here. Nothing. Oh, over here. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Okay. So there's Fireball Small.
Okay,
got it? That's the effect. Yep. All right. So let's go find this guy. I want to find this guy right here. I don't know who he is, but I bet if I do load all creatures, he's the last one in the list because I added him last. Slime.
That would make a lot of sense. Slime, yep.
Yeah, there
I'll buy that.
Apologies for this. Hold on a second. Let's go full screen so you can see it. Can we switch? Why can't we switch? Oh, there we go. It's just a little slow.
Switched.
Okay. So it's board acid ID. Creature ID is the one I want. So the mechanics are we add a character.
Yep.
We get its creature ID. I'm going to kind of manually take you through the steps. What I think we can do to make this work. Explore mini. Go find him. Slime. There he is right there. Okay. Get to the cloth base. Whoops, not that. Where is it? Character root. We just kill the character. Step one, we get the base, we kill the character. Step two, I think to the rotator, we add a prefab. What was that? That was R4.fireball small? There.
Okay.
Where are you? I see you, but I don't see you. Oh, it's over here a little bit. It's off a little bit. Change its local position. Set it to 000. All right. See what's going on now?
Yeah.
So
now we have a draggable asset.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I figured out. Okay, let me just
We're hijacking people, not quite for their body parts, but for their movable cloth piece.
Right. Now,
and effectively stealing every piece of connected stuff.
Now, what I want to see is what happens when I go to fly. Can I make it go higher? Oh, look at that. See?
Now, so this is why we program. And specifically, this is why we like things like inheritance, because we can take all of this pre-built functionality and basically bend it to our will.
Right. Now, this is the last test. I haven't done this yet. This is so exciting. I'm going to hide this. When I hide this, I think this will stay. That's my hope. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. See what I'm saying? So when I hit the tab key as the GM, I can see... Uh-oh.
See, it's not there then. Can you still manipulate it where it theoretically is?
I can't see it, and I bet I can't see it because I deleted the character root. Let me try putting the character root up there. There. Okay. So,
all right.
So we'll need to solve that. We could
leave it there and just have it be hidden.
Hold on. What if I do this? No, wait. It's this. It's the asset loaders. Hold on. Asset loader, slime. What if I get rid of that? What if I put something else inside here? So I followed this. Oh, yeah, you see that? I follow that down. I get rid of the slime or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then I put another thing here. Like a sphere.
That's all we're looking to do is to switch out an asset for the character itself.
For something that I can grab onto. Now, do I have, hold on, I think somewhere in here I've got an effect that's essentially a sphere. I do have the shield effect. It's big. Somewhere in here, I'm trying to remember where it is. I think it's in R3. It's near here. Frost bomb. Is that it? Frost bomb. There. So there's an effect here showing up right behind me.
Yep.
It's inside of the effect. It's called Frozen Effect 1. Okay. It's just got that. I wonder if there's one that's just got. I feel like there's somewhere in here they left a sphere sitting around. Let's try Frozen Effect 1. So what I'm going to do is come back over here, and in Asset Loader, I'm going to come in here and say Add Prefab. I've got it selected. See Frozen Effect 1. And now let's see what happens. Does it show up as something I can... It doesn't. Huh. Wait, I don't see it. Why didn't you get in there? Let's try one more time. Add Prefab. Maybe I've got a bug in here too. I don't know. Frozen Effect 1. Okay.
It's added that time.
Slime so slime works. This one doesn't. It must be something in slime. Nope. It's just a point light in slime. Okay. So
what happens if you untick asset loaders and retick? Will they re-instance and detect the child objects? No.
Well, let's also make this local position. Maybe it's off. See, it's off. Set it to 000. Okay, maybe it is working. Hold on. Okay, so now we got something that we can indicate. So what that means is we can put a small sphere up here or something like that. Yeah. And just to prevent any confusion, this thing down here, I'll delete it. That's not my draggable. So now I have this thing. Does that mean I can right click this? It does not. I cannot right click it. Also, I'm having problems spinning the camera around. Is that because I'm in this mode? Uh-oh. Wait, hold on. Tab. There we go. Now I can do it. Tab. Okay, now I can move the camera around. So can I right-click it? I cannot. So there's something else needed for when we get into that mode. So something about this is necessary. I may not be able to do this just yet. This may take a little more figuring out.
Okay.
But the cool thing about it is I can now right-click it and say, reveal. And then now I can, move it, put it where I want it on the board. Okay.
Yeah.
So now what I have is I have an asset.
Well, you've all but fixed the editor facility, the ability to move it around and put it in the right place. So then you sling on top of that the loading and saving, and that's practical. Well, okay,
Well,
per individual effect you still need. But
I've got positioning and rotation is what I have.
yeah.
The other thing I want to see what's going on with this is I want to see what happens when I hide it and then I move this cutoff down and see, does it go away? It stays all the way. Okay, so we would have to then do something with that. I don't know if you can see, but I'm over here moving this up and down. It's just right
this
there.
is almost like a depth or level. So you can sort of reveal the interiors or the levels of the thing.
Right.
And as you quite rightly point out, most of the items on screen are vanishing because they're not part of that layer or recognized as being that. Maybe is it because it's flying?
No, it's because it is not. I think it's not in a list. Is what I think is.
Okay.
It's got to be in a list. So let's go. We'll keep going with mechanics here, part 2. So we're gonna drop a mini on the board. We're gonna get its creature ID, which is a GUID essentially. We're going to bind the effect with the creature ID in an external file.
Okay.
Now, hold on a second. Let's go switch back over to TaleSpire a second. So the secret was the effects we wanted to add, we added to the rotator. So if I come in here and I say known effect, I'm pretty sure I got a storm cloud in here. There it is, storm cloud. Let's see what happens with that. Let's go in storm cloud, local position. It's all 0, 0. Where's my storm cloud? I don't see it. Now this could be because it's a known effect. It could be a bug because I haven't actually tried a lot of the things I'm doing right now. So it may not be able to pass it to add the known effect to it. Let's add a prefab to it. Let's see if we've got, do I have storm? Cloud? R4 storm cloud. Let's see what happens with this one. That's way off. There we go.
Hey.
Cool. Very cool.
Placeable storm clouds. Awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So if I come in here and hit tab, right click this guy and say reveal, then can I move him up? There we go. I should be able to move the cloud up. Like that.
Ooh, did that spiral up?
Yeah, because it's a particle effect.
That's really cool.
And the ones down here.
So it's not an immediate thing. It's just and I'm going to just naturally wind my way up.
Yeah, it's very cool. So yeah, so as far as positioning goes, you know, it's not hard to kind of get some of these extra effects and just have them as be part of the board. At least theoretically, it seems really, really, really possible. That's what it seems like. Move this guy around. I think right now he's visible. So, but yeah, I can move the cloud wherever I want. Super cool, right?
Yeah, I love that. Effectively, what you're doing is you're moving the emitter, aren't you? Right. So all the particles already on screen will stay and decay at their usual rate.
Right.
And it gives this mythical or mystical kind of quality to the movement, but it still works.
Yeah, and it's super cool because like I say, we've got, you know, it's still running even though its main piece is hidden. So it's very, very, very cool. Okay. So we need to, let's go back over here. So we need to drop a mini, bind the effect with the creature in an external file. There is a possibility Thanks, Lassa Matt. There's a possibility of storing up to, I believe, 4K of data per character. It's tempting. This is tempting to store what we need here, because then there's no external file.
Yeah.
I can almost make this work. The problem is, the challenge here is we need to totally optimize our JSON serialization. Whoops.
Yeah.
Our JSON serialization, and that means we need to not serialize properties that are not changed. Currently, if we change any property, like I said, Boolean to false and then back to true, it will still serialize the state being to true. Okay, so what we need to do is change, that means we need to change the engine to store initial values and compare those against the change values.
Creating a true diff, as it were.
That's piece number one. Did you put a stock limit on that? Wait, what are we talking about? Because I have enough channel points to play that 100 times. No, I didn't put a stock limit on that. So I trust my people. I trust my people. He finally has one. Have you seen Roy's fanfare? All right, fine. Boom. That's his fanfare. That's what we're talking about. Right there. That fanfare never gets old. Hector says, hi, Rory.
Hey, Hector.
Yeah. So we need to change the engine, store initial values. If we change the engine, that means we could also have a reset to default button is now all of a sudden becomes easy.
Yeah, it does.
All right. It's really tempting.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, 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 really tempting. A developer goes by the name of Lord Ashes figured out how to do this. We might be looking at that. Ashes.
So the only thing I'd be concerned about, so you say you're going to treat literal minis on the board as storage locations for data.
Yes.
Now, the data that you're going to store on the mini is effectively the serialized and saved form of, let's say, I've moved my character someplace or my effect somewhere, and I've changed the state to be this much over and above. Their defaults, you're still gonna interact with TaleSpire and say, make me a cloud, right? Kind of the way you are. Now you've got a cloud which has storage. My concern is relying on TaleSpire to maintain that storage in a way that continues to be useful. So if at some point you get less storage, or if sometimes they change where it is,
I get that.
Because they're loading into that for their own purposes, down the road, you're going to lose the data, potentially, that you've set up to be there. You're right, it's convenient whilst it works, but if it should ever go away for any reason, you lose all of this additional information.
You're right. It's potentially a good concern. Okay.
Now, I guess your worst case scenario at that point is that you have to readdress the state changes because the things will still be there in the same sense that your mini.
Yes,
you placed the mini in the first place.
The thing is, the storage that he's using, as I understand it, is storage specifically for state, which is something that is less likely to suddenly go away. It might be decreased in size, but that's also really unlikely, right? If they've already given us 4K, taking that away would be bad.
True.
Now, the other store. Let's call this storage right here. Storage. Maybe we'll put this in its own page. Let's do it over here. New slide. Storage. want to hit tab there. Come on, PowerPoint team. Okay, one way is this. Another way is external file, essentially named the GUID of the character. And stick this in a Dropbox folder, in a shared, shared Dropbox folder. And then we need to have a setting for where we can find this shared folder. Make sense?
Yep.
Where is it? This is tempting because there's like no UI here.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
There's no UI here. There's some challenges down here, but these challenges make the product better anyway, or they make the tool better anyway.
Indeed, that's true. I mean, I was going to suggest earlier on that if 4K is a worrying limit, then let's just gzip the data itself, right?
It sounds like I'm back.
Okay.
I lost network all over the place. When this happens, I think we need to shut. Did I pay bills on time? No, probably not. It's probably what they do. They it's just one guy. He doesn't like me at the internet company. He's like, these bills are late. I can't believe it. I came back. I was like, well, I'm dead. I'm not sure what happened there. As I recall, when this happens, I need to shut down everything. I almost feel like I should send a text out to someone saying, hey, you're not playing with the server, are you now? Because when this happens in the past, and there's no wind or anything to explain it, it happens multiple times. All right, so I'm going to just trust that everything is going to fail at this point, which means I'm going to start shutting down these other external apps, the bots, stuff like that. Lassimat, if you still hang out and say anything, you'll get a second fanfare, so everybody else has already heard one. Thank God this happened before Pudding got in. That's all I have to say. Shut those two down. Let's shut down TaleSpire. On the other machine, TaleSpire is also kind of in a locked up state. What else do I need to do? Refresh.
Just Stream Deck button to save all the things.
Yeah, I'm nervous about that. I think it's so complex. In terms of all of these things that need to do, they're so touchy, it seems, that I'm like, I'm a little nervous on that. All right, starting up. Let's go to, D&D apps should be good if we started up separate standalone. I'm going to do that. Okay, those pieces are starting up. And let's refresh. There we go. Those are the words I want to see. On the screen, those should go away in a bit. And the drone game. It's back. All right. So, back over here. There you go. How many characters do you have? Do potentially have a ton of single files for the storage. In that case, SQLite would be a better idea.
I don't know that we necessarily have an awful lot of data to store. I mean, 4K per character, 4,000 characters, assuming, things. Mark's correct. If we stop storing things we don't need to store, we fit within that probably quite easily, because Mark doesn't do a lot of modifications to things, right? If we only store the modifications, that's very small data. And the second benefit that we get, as I was saying just before the connection cut, is that with less data, there's greater clarity to that which you do have, right? It's very easy to find your modifications amongst the distinct lack of sea of rubbish that surrounds it. So although zipping kind of, useful when you need it, it's masking a problem, this secondary issue of clarity. And I think perhaps that's the better route.
Wait, I misunderstood. I didn't track the last part. What's the better route?
not you don't need to zip.
Yeah, because maintaining clarity.
Because having less data solves the problem, two problems in one.
Yes. Yeah, you mean if we go with this process right here?
Yeah, I really like that one.
Okay. So yeah, that might be what we end up doing. All right, it looks like we're back up here. I saw Grover Soros say something, but I didn't see Grover. That may have happened before we restarted. Drone pilots lost connection.
They're
looks
back.
like they're back. All right, cool. Okay.
I love trash. Uh-oh.
Poor little guy.
It's a good day. It's a good day here at Sesame Street, kids. So that's storage, mechanics. Gets great bind the effect with it, maybe, or internally. We need to, just from a UI perspective, maybe I'll create my own slide for that here. New slide, UI. So UI gets a little tricky here. But we have, hold on. We have, we need a replacement image for the creature when it's not hidden. We need that. Let's go back over and take a look at the mechanics over in TaleSpire again.
So this is the piece where you were trying to put the ball in place. Yeah, so you want to take the slime out because the slime's just not an obviously appropriate thing for every single thing you're going to want to put in place.
Yeah.
And you want, I guess you call it a handle almost, but except that we're going to use the base as the draggable piece, aren't we? So, so that's really the handle.
It's just something to say this is a light or this is an effect of some kind. We might have different shapes to represent those different aspects of it. Stream Deck. I think I may need to restart Stream Deck. Because the buttons on it don't seem to be working. Let me double check to make sure, see if I've got any working at all. Nope, that is working. Why can't I switch? Oh, I know why, because I'm there. Okay, good. So now over in TaleSpire. So one more team.
Whatever reads from the chat room to engage stuff is not running.
Test close didn't work?
Nope.
Okay. Why is that? I restarted everything. Everything should be totally working. And we just saw Grover Soros's thing.
That's true.
Why not? Why no test close there? That's interesting. All right, let's go grab a character. Grab a goat. Okay, there's our character right there. Surly's working.
Is in the house.
I won't test close work. Test close, I wonder if it could be... No, I'm just checking to see if it was unresponsive.
Interestingly, no drone either, but again, Surly's got a drone.
Oh, you know what that is? That's, I know, it's test close is driven through the drone game. Try it now.
Right, yes.
That's what's going on. Okay. All right. Can't wait for fall. Tasty pumpkins. Okay, so I've got a goat that I've dropped on here. Let's go do the effects editor, explore the menu, grab the goat, and kind of look at this. We'll make notes of these. Goat is right there. That's goat 1. Okay. So there's the goat. Character root. I think I throw something in here to represent it, is what I do.
That's what we did last time, yeah.
And I put something in the rotator. Okay, so we'll take a screenshot of this. Come back over to this machine right here. Come in here, let's crop it.
Can we not add something underneath the asset loader? Because that's where the Goat 01 seems to be. And would that have the effect of it being something that changes with the level? like the existing one previously wasn't?
I don't think so. I think there's another list that does that, but we can try that. We can certainly try that. Let's try that right now. So we're gonna throw it in here into asset loader. Is what we're gonna do. We'll say add prefab, and I want to get the fireball small is what I want to get. That one right there. Okay, so now fireball small, where are you? Are you at 000? You're not, now you are. Okay, so there's that guy. If I tab and I right click and I say hide and I tab again, still there.
Interesting.
So that's cool. If I right click and say fly and now I raise you up, it's raising, tab away and it's in that location. So yes, we could absolutely throw it inside the asset loader. We take that, so it seems like, okay, so we'll throw it in the asset loader. Let me get over to the second machine and
yeah, I'd clear the scroll, but apparently it's still not working.
Still not.
No. I thought things were better, but
I'm not sure why that's the case. All right, let me know if that's up and if it's possible to clear it. I want to say asset loader, add assets here, and let's rotate that text so you don't have to turn your heads. Wait, I don't have an upside down, do I? Oh. All right, let's do this then. Let's rotate it back and flip it left, right. Okay, add assets here, like right there. I think there's a hide. This is going to be on a separate page. Let me cut that to the clipboard. New slide. Adding an effect. So add effect assets here. And I think we also want to add, we need to do something with this guy. I think we need to hide this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hide the goat. We need to maybe, let's put this over here. We need to, so we add the effect to asset loader. That's number one. Hide goat 01. If we work with goats, I think it's got a creature ID. Let's see what's just over here on the other machine. I grabbed the snapper as well. I don't think I really need that. Switch back over to the TaleSpire. The board asset ID. That's the goat right there for the goat. The creature ID is a unique ID, but this is for the goat 01. So I'm just thinking, let's just work with the goat. Okay. So that's what we're going to grab and create right there. Just notice I don't have music. Will music work? Music is not working either. All right. So I guess one more time on repeating. Gosh, sorry about this, guys. Let me try just unloading one of these and restarting it. That's weird. Let me try again. Got a bunch of errors that time. Okay, there we go. That one worked. Let's try it again. Wait, get the drone game. So I just restarted Mr. Announcer Bot. And let's see if we can get music. So I got to shut down this guy too? Why? Why? All right, let's close down that guy. I'm doing it one more time. Rory?
Yeah.
You know, because I don't like this. Here we go. 1, 2. Wish I could code as well as Mark. Yeah, it's too soon. Too soon, right? Let's start refreshing the overlays. There's the drone game again. Yeah, we get wiped out if somebody pulls the internet plug on us.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get any music now.
I have a drone.
I got music. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so we're going to hide goat 01 right there. We've got the mechanics for it. We're here, I think, right there. That's the goat. So we want to throw that in here somewhere because we need to grab that asset and create a new instance of it.
Surly Dad is in the house.
Surly Dad is in the house. Did I start up? Looks like I may not have started up. The Dungeon Master app, starting it up. Yeah, it looks like I didn't start it up. So it's starting up now as well. Add the effect to asset loader, hide goat 1. Need to add a handle shape. We can do like a sphere for now.
Yeah.
We need to hide the handle.
I love trash. Uh-oh.
I need to hide the handle when the asset is hidden. You're welcome, everybody. Why do we need the goat though? Can't we have an effect without it? Well,
so the goat is there effectively because we want a mini, and we want a mini because they come inherently with these bases that can move around. So
yeah.
we conjure, in this case, a goat, then get rid of the goat, replacing it with whatever we want.
Yeah. But now that gives
we're
us
good to go.
Yeah, it gives us three-dimensional positioning and rotation is what it gives us. And the UI is already built in. So we can rotate shapes. We can rotate whatever we're attaching, effects, that sort of thing, get them in position, and then essentially hide them and they're locked in place right where we want them. So this effect that we're doing, for example, we could create, let's go back over, switch over to TaleSpire a second, tab. So like that's what's going on there. We're going to get rid of that goat and replace it with something else. That's what we want to do. But the problem is this thing needs to be grabbable, right? If we go over, that means, see this? This is my attempt at bringing my own custom piece in here. But Merkin, the character, isn't grabbable. But this is. See that? So,
interesting.
So I'm going to need some replaceable. I'm going to need to replace the mesh. Is what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to replace the mesh. Let's go back over here and we're going to make a note of that. And a handle shape that, but we essentially need to replace the mesh. So we can grab it. We can grab it and right click it when hidden. Okay, we need to do that. Where is, oh yeah, here we go. So we're here with this floating fireball right here. I was going to come in to that and I was going to add the wall of water effect. Because the wall of water effect gives you a sense of what we could do with the assets. So let's see what I got in here. Wall, a lot of walls. Water, wall. Here we go. And we're going to add that to the asset loader. And I bet its position is way off. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay.
So movable rain.
Yes. Right. So imagine, so we could go in, like right now we can go in here and to the effect, and we could say, well, let's get rid of the shield, which is the square. And now here's our waterfall effect, right? So now we can come in and say, okay, let's go into height adjust local position. Let's drop the Y down. Something like, I suppose that. Yeah, this is cool, right? Look, with just a little bit of work, right? Because we're talking about, this is the JSON we need to store. So we need to make it so we're just, well, this actually would be way more than we have, but it'd just be the pieces that we would be modifying here that we would need to store. But now with this, if we come back over here, grab our goat and move them over here and then tab out again, now we have essentially a waterfall going right down, you know, whatever that's going to be, right? Just a little bit of motion right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It is. It really is. And this is what you can do. I mean, we're building a building block here, but the technique can be applied to so many things, right? I mean, we've discovered even from just the wall of fire, right? That was created by just assembling pieces together. So you can have storm clouds, and then you can toggle the state, which is striking lightning, right? If you want, and just periodically have that lightning hit the ground.
Right. And what I'd like to do is have it toggleable through a flexible Stream Deck button mechanism. So I would just say, change effect state or something like that. And then I would, say A equals B or A equals 1, comma, B equals 2 or whatever property name equals some value with some commas or semicolons separating them. And then it goes and sets it off. So we can create our own custom states. But this is very cool, right? If we could get this so that this was saved and loaded, that's kind of what we're looking for, right? So we reload it up and it's now here. Now, if I want to get rid of it, I should be able to, I think we have enough here, just be able to kill it. And it's gone.
Yep.
So, all right. So I think that's it. All right. So step one is to create a mini of this type. I don't know how to do that yet. So let's go see if we can figure that out. Persistent board effects. We'll call that. All right, let's go jump over into TaleSpire Explorer. Yeah, goodbye rulers. It was really good evaluating your code this morning, but it's going to be a no for you for right now. It's really close. I want to go into TaleSpire minis. Somewhere in here, I might have a create. I also have a TaleSpire board. Let's go look in TaleSpire board for a second too. So over here in TaleSpire board, I think I was talking to actually Lord Ashes about creating minis. Instantiate creature. Here we go. So it looks like we never got this working, or at least I didn't get this working, and I'm not sure if he did either. Let's uncomment this. Because this board asset, was the board asset ID? Oh yeah, that's what I want. I'm going to have that. Okay, what's going on here with the get? Something weird here. It's going to be an ID maybe? Creature ID? Can I set it? What about, well, let's look at this. What do we got? It's a creature good. Let's see if we can build one. It takes one of you.
Isn't that handy?
And it looks like it's assignable, which if true, I'll totally take it.
That's great. I mean, it works. That's brilliant. I didn't expect it would be possible, but...
Yeah, it looks like they've changed. Oh, when they changed to version 2. Creature data v2. So since this code was written, we're now on v2. See how good or bad that is. All right, we switched to V2. Everything looks okay.
Everything's still working
Okay.
so far.
So there's instantiate creature. All right, let's just add some quick test code here to it and see if we can get that goat to be created. Going to go to my Form Explorer. I got a test 2 button right here. And look, I've got something right next to it. Let's go grab that goat ID. And we'll put that inside there. So there's that. And then we're going to call this, we're going to change this to instantiate. That. Okay, and now we're going to go into, oh, well, look, we were already trying to do it. Could this really have been better prepared for me? This is so funny because this was like weeks ago. I was looking at that. Instantiate creature. Is it the right asset right there? What's that name of that? Asset ID. Sweet. Okay. Okay. And then here's the positioning. Yeah, this is going to put up on top of the skyscraper for now. I guess we'll just try that and see if that works. Okay, so I'm going to TaleSpire, going to shut it down. And rebuild over here. Succeeded. Starting TaleSpire. Cool to see if that works. We get a goat somewhere there near the top. Just showing up. I'll be like, cool. That's step 1. We have a goat Armageddon, ridding goats that explode on impact. Yes, that would actually be an awesome spell. The evil in me is totally all about that. Let's send the goat. We're throwing the goat, and when it hits, they explode. Oh my god! Yeah, keep me away from your game designer. Your game design. Okay, so somewhere up here, we're expecting to see a goat drop down in this space. I think. Hold on, I'm waiting for it to respond. It's not responsive as I'm clicking and dragging the mouse to move the camera. What's going on? I can move in and out, but I can't spin or drag or roll. I'm seeing a flickering of the mouse too. But I can definitely go in and out. Let's hit tab. Tab's not doing anything yet. Space isn't working. What's going on here? Wait. Oh, hold on.
What's that message flashing at the bottom?
Okay, there's an app that's up. Can you see that right there?
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that was taking the mouse. I wonder if that is... it's not working now. It's because of this. Wait, if I do this, can I grab it?
Still there.
Yeah. Okay, let me kill the app. I think it might be Mouse Without Borders. If I kill it, actually, before I kill it, let's bring up Mouse Without Borders and see if I can just kind of give it a reset, a little nudge here. Is that you? Apply. Connected. Close. Yeah, I can't even click. Oh, yeah, there we go. Click on close. That will work now. Oh, yeah, it's not working.
That just shifted left to right slightly.
Yeah, I think it was only the zoom in and out on the mouse wheel. All right, I'm going to close it. I'm a little worried. Nothing happened. Didn't close. Can I get it? Does it have an X in the upper left? It does. It's not closing. I think it's mouse without borders. Problem is, if I restart, I'm going to have to get out of this machine, go down to the next machine, and mess with it. I might also try, let's see, do I get it in other places? It is working in other places. I'm going to restart TaleSpire and see if by chance that gives me mouse control again.
So when I have to reset software like that, I tend to remote into the other machine because I can't be bothered to get up and walk across the room.
Yeah, I don't do that a lot, so I need to learn how to do that. I've done that like 3 times in my life, I think. So yeah, I don't know how. You'd have to teach me, or someone would have to teach me.
I think the only real thing is you have to prep for it by allowing people to remote into the machine. Any administrator can then do so.
Yeah.
But you've got to turn it on from the recipient.
All right.
It's got to be Pro Edition of Windows.
Okay, now we're back. So we have control of it again. Okay, good. Yeah, we just kind of lost it. If I Alt-Tab and... Oh, it is there. Interesting. Okay, but we still have control. All right, so let's go find... let's hit that button and see if we get a goat. We're looking for a goat. I think it's using the skyscraper coordinates. Yeah, it's using these coordinates right here. So if we create some effect here...
Yep.
There, that's where we're expecting the goat to appear.
So that's showing us very specifically where the goat's going to be.
That's my hope. All right, here we go. Instantiate.
Ooh, that's different.
Error ID reported to
ID.
Report to devs.
Where are you? We need your help.
Yeah, we totally need your help, Genesis 7. What's going on? Help us. The effects are active and TaleSpire.
Here, so I am.
Apparently you do something like shut down our computer name P1. I remember right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know what kind of permissions you need from the remote machine, though, to do that. But if you dial in, you can cause a restart, if necessary.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's pretty much a call the devs moment, isn't it? Or at least it looks like it. That's a huge list. That's your firewall with multiple pieces trying to...
I'm not sure exactly what it is yet.
know.
I'm going to open it up in Notepad and see what we got here. Let's switch back over. Here, we can take a look at this. So these are all listed as errors. These are... I don't think I've created all these in this session. I'm not sure why they're here.
No.
Why they're being listed. Initial disconnected, received, photon connection manager. Switching from initial connected to disconnected to connected. Joining room. Joining room. I feel like the error's long before this. What do we got here? Null ref. That we might be able to fix. Add creature snap update creature data scale if in DB. Basically is kind of where we're at. Creature manager.
Did we change the ID on a thing that it was trying to keep track of?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's my problem. I am worried about this method. I'm worried about that one. Okay. So I'm not sure if this is going to help or not, but I was thinking we could throw this in a try catch. I don't think the problem is happening here. I think it's happening afterwards. But let's go ahead and, let's log the exception. Whoops, let's do, I think I got a TLX. There you go.
Last amount says maybe creature data v2 is not ready for use yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I feel like there's more here, though, that we're not doing. What else do we got here that we're not setting? There's a lot. And some of this might be null, and that might be why we're getting the null reference on it.
Mm-hmm.
How much of this do we have? Not too much, actually. We might be able to give this all good values. Active emote IDs. I don't know what to do with that in terms of how to initialize that. Whether I initialize it, give it a certain length, put something in it.
I suspect, and it is only a suspicion, that one is possibly allowed to be null, because in my head it's active emote. So if you're not doing something, perhaps nothing is allocated to it, and that's valid. Unless what it's trying to suggest is potentially active. So, there's the sort of fist bump in the air kind of thing, plus this, plus this, plus this. Here is a list of things.
What's my problem here? Do I have to actually give it maybe I've got the syntax wrong. I never really get the syntax right. I could do that. If I made it 0, that doesn't make sense. I could do 1. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with that. Let's just keep going down here. Active morph index. That's got to be it doesn't need to be initialized. That ought to just work with a 0. Would we agree with that? Alias.
Yeah.
It's a string. Alias is equal to Joe. Okay, what else do we got? CD dot base color index. It's a single. Well, that should be able to survive with a 0. What else do we have? Board asset IDs. Why would I have board asset IDs here? Board asset IDs. All right, let's do this. Let's say that's equal to new NGood of 1, just like we did before. And then we're going to say, but this time we're going to say board asset IDs of 0 is equal to board asset ID. And what's going on here? This needs to be a single. Is that what it is? Wait, I'm confused.
Color creature index not compatible with int.
I see it. Can do that.
Wow. We're wrapping numbers in classes. That's
something, isn't it?
It is something, yeah.
Okay, now this needs to be a GUID I need to create here, passing in the string, I think. Like that. It's asking for hex. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, next. Chat color index equals. Is it the same? Yeah,
new chat color index. Maybe scroll down a little bit, Mark. This is starting to disappear behind your head.
Thanks. All right, we're just going to keep going here. This is our theory. Our theory is that something here is problematic.
So we are failing to initialize something. Thus, by initializing everything,
RGB. Somebody's going to 000.
But the method's color 888. That's just such a strange.
I think that means 8 bits for each channel is what I think it is.
Okay, that's fair.
We got creature ID already. So we've done that. CD.emote slot overrides is equal to... What type is this? It's an array of emote slot overrides. This has got to be able to sustain a null. But I can't make it null because if I do, and it doesn't work, I won't know for sure. So I have to do this. And what type is this? Give me some sort of help. New emote slot override. What are you taking in? An emote ID?
Well, you can construct without anything in it, but that seems like a weird... I mean, I guess you'd have to probably allocate that stuff after the fact, so, yeah.
Oh, this is painful. This should be able to sustain a null. I'm going to that argument. Look, if this is the problem and it can't handle a null, it's not my fault. Okay, that's their fault. Explicitly hidden is going to be equal to false. What else do we got here? Flying is equal to false for now. HP equal to 100. I said it already. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right there. Okay, we're going to use that one. Is created. That's read-only good. Is unique. That's read-only good. Link. String. Nothing. Packed scales. Scales pack. What? What? Is this for scaling the creature?
Maybe. Wow.
I'm doing that. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what it is. Position. Position, we're going to set later. Rotation, we're setting later. Stats. What are these all in? These are creature stats. Stat 0 is equal to new creature stat of value at a max. Let's say 1 and 1. Stat 1. Stat 2.
Gotta love Code Rush.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right, there's only 8 stats in there? Only 7.
7.
Okay. All right, what's next? CD. State flags. Packed, torch, hide, fly, state. Okay. I would have probably done it differently. And that's it. State flag is equal to that. Now do I have pieces in there I need to set? Explicitly hidden is equal to false. State flags dot flying is equal to false. State flag dot torch state is equal to false. No torch.
So we've got a direct flying and a state flags flying.
Yeah, I know. It's a little worrisome, but I'm going to keep going. Tint index 0 is equal to, what's your type? What are you? Oops, let me scroll that up so you can see it. It's creature color index, which I feel like I've had already. Right there. So tint index of 0 is equal to that. I'm going to keep that at 0 though. And then go all the way down. Do I have 7 of those? 8 of those? Nope, I have 5 of them. Okay. All right. And I think I'm done. So this is going after the theory. Oh, no, not quite. Torch state is equal to. What's torch state? Just a Boolean? It's a Boolean. False. Torch is not on.
Okay.
That's not going to be my null ref. Unique ID. Looks like it's got it's a field.
Okay.
I feel like that's got to be set elsewhere. Should I set it or not? It's a unique creature ID. Do they have a stat? They don't have a method on it. All right, fine. So this, and I get it a GUID string. Dot new GUID dot toString. All right, I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Wait, that's if it's a unique creature. If they're not unique, I think they use GUID.empty, which is all zeros. Is there an empty in here? Hold on. They've got one, as I recall. Bounce.unmanaged.nguid.empty. And I think that's all zeros. Because it's not unique.
Sure. Just one of an army of goats.
Yeah, because I don't want to do anything else with it. And I think that's got a shot. Did I get that? What was the very first one? I got 2 color assignments in here. Is that true? Yeah. I'm going to move this down here.
Explicitly hidden is duplicate.
Flying is probably duplicate. And then active and mode IDs is, I think, the first one. Let's just double check there's nothing else in there. Whoops. Yeah, that's the first one. Okay, so try that. Closing TaleSpire. I'm not hopeful. There's a shot at it, maybe. There's a shot that maybe our try catch will save us. But I'm not hopeful. I think there's another way in, is what I think there is. But we'll see. But that other way in is going to be. It's going to take some time to take a look at, I think. Okay, so I did a rebuild all. I'm starting up on TaleSpire second machine. Give you a peek at both of those while they're starting up there. Because I don't have any idea. If this doesn't work, I'm not sure what to do next.
Well, the problem is that we seem to have initialized practically everything. So if we still get an object reference not set, it's got to be somewhere else that we can't control. Well, certainly don't know how to control at this point.
There might be a different method over here. What do we have? We only have one create and add new creature. We can go maybe look at the code and find our way through that. Okay, so we're going to click on instantiate. As soon as I move this off to the side, what's going on?
So as I recall, the location we're talking about is very close to the alligator, the crocodile.
Yeah, right over here. But I'm like, what's interesting is I'm clicking this. Oh, okay, there we go. I was clicking the dragon. I couldn't move it. All right, here we go. Instantiate. Oh!
Hey!
That was it.
We fixed it somehow. That was it. Like it was a simple thing. We'll just fill out every single property going.
It's now, one of the two.
Did we get all the problems that will have introduced?
Yeah, we got no exceptions. So that was it. Okay, good news. Lord Ashes will want to know about that because he was trying to instantiate. We have to do one test though. We have to shut down TaleSpire, come back, make sure that goat is right there. I think I have.
Right. So have we truly added it? Is effectively.
Yeah. I want to go into stat 6, and let's say it's 5. Can I do 5 out of 1? 5 out of 5? All right, just to see if that's all stored. Okay. So closing down TaleSpire. Yes, we're going to quit. This error comes up, I think, because of other things I'm doing inside of TaleSpire. I'm not stressed about it because it only happens on shutdown, and we're not making a product for people to consume. So, but there we go. So that's shut down. Let's start it up. We're looking for the goat. Wow. What would be interesting if I had more time is I'd start cutting out lines.
That's what Lassamat's literally just suggested in the chat. Comment them out one by one to find the culprit. Obviously, half at a time. Yeah?
Yeah,
Boolean chop.
There may be, what if there are 2 culprits, though? So it's...
yeah.
Dennis Q7 launches a fireball onto the stream. All right, so we want to see that goat. If we see the goat there, we're in really good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things I love about this kind of hacking is you spend some time thinking, what would the developers have done? How would they have done this? Where is it breaking? You're imagining it, right? Okay, is the goat there? No! The goat's not there! What? No. Okay, so we need the goat to be somehow stored there. The goat is not stored there. Okay, hold on a second. I got to throw a message out into that Discord channel out there. What's up with the goat? What's up with create add and add new creature? How are we getting those to persist on the board? There must be another piece to this.
Yeah.
There must be another piece to this. TaleSpire modding. Development. with this to work where the mini was persisted on the board. All right.
Lassima says, maybe we need to pray to the goat gods for it to work.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like sacrificing goats, but yeah, that could work.
I need to build that weapon that shoots goats, exploding goats. It's it's deliciously evil. It's not real, people. No.
You could totally use the cannon just in front of you there, between the two lights.
This is actually
that feels like it could launch goats.
This is a telescope.
Maybe a telescope.
Yeah,
okay, not quite a cannon.
But yeah, that would be a really fun spell. Like if you were a dark wizard or something like that, exploding goats. I really almost want to make that spell just for fun. Okay, disappointing that we did not get that. I wonder if there's any error messages on startup here that would help us understand that.
What happens if you request a list of creatures? Is it there, but in some state that we can't see it?
Let's see. I don't think so. I think we would see it. No.
No, okay.
I don't see it there. No gout. Sorry, here we'll go full screen there so you can see it. It's a little bit better, but no gout. Let me see what else we got. I'm just going through here. This is how we're loading up. Let's keep going. Start prefab.
Is this a problem because... Mind you, no, it's not a new asset. The goat was a standard asset, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we didn't add it the regular way. The regular way you add it, it's a different way. I think we called a method that is called when you add one, but it's not part of the persistence. That's what I think is going on. So we would have to... Let's see if coders can find this, by the way. Hold on a second. Let's copy that. Let's go into Windows, decompiler. Can you find this? Looks like you've got it. It is in Creature Manager. Can you analyze this and see who's calling it? Here we go. Creature Spawner Board Tool. Spawn new creatures. Right behind me right there. Let's go look at that. Spawn new creature instance. Okay. Record in build history.
Ah, that sounds promising.
It looks like it only needs get active board asset ID. It maybe only needs this. All right. First, I want to say thanks, Code Rush. Let's make that change and see if we can make that work. Here, we probably don't need this so giant. All right. Creature data, get active board asset ID. Does this return anything right here? What are you giving me back? Nothing. So, get creature data. Well, my creature data
has got an interesting one here. Lassima says maybe assets without unique IDs get cleared up.
No, that's not the case.
No?
But look, I've got what I need. The CD is right there. Get active creature asset ID. Okay?
Good.
Record in build history. That's sweet. Okay, if that's true, and that's all I need, let's double check this code here. Flying, we don't need any of this, I think. Position, we don't need any of that. It's simply just these two lines of code. If it's unique, switch to a default tool. No, we don't need it. Yeah, it's just that. That could be it. Wouldn't that be sweet if that just fixed it?
That would be very good.
All right, cool. All right, so close that down. I just closed down TaleSpire. We're going to rebuild with this new additional line of code.
Yep.
Rebuild.
Then we place a goat on the screen, which will naturally have it record in the build history, assuming
Close down
that's what we think it is.
and
Then
restart.
we close it down and restart it, and presto goat. Yes?
That's what it is. And then we're going to be like, party time. Bum, 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 bum. And everybody's going to be like, Mark, you wrote 2 lines of code in 2 hours? I'll be like, hey.
Hey, did you not see all the random initialization we also did? Hey?
I'm not really a party expert, but if I was, I'd know the verb for don't, dump on my party in one word. Don't blank my party, dude. That's what I'd say. All right, here we go. So this will construct a goat. The other thing thing we can do is we can try an undo and a redo. And if that removes the goat and brings it back, that'll also be really sweet. Right? Because now that also means the only thing is our lighting we won't have undo and redo for the changes we make to the effects, but that's kind of okay. I can totally accept that for now. All right, so let's instantiate a goat. Is it there? There it is. Now let's hit undo. Nothing happened. Didn't move. Do I have Control Z undo? Control Z doesn't change this. I thought that I had undo. I guess that's just for building when I'm in build mode. All right. Well, anyway, we're going to close it down and see what happens. Closing it down. Yes, quit TaleSpire. Start it back up. I am now thinking the goat's going to be there. I want that. If the goat is not there,
the disappointment will be...
I'm going to... Where's this company located? I'm going to Scotland. Going to go find these guys. All right, starting up again. Kind of looking forward to the new office setup.
Yeah.
I just got to get the computers over to Spain. I'm actually going to call the airlines after the show and say, hey, I got bigger boxes. You can let me put this on the plane? If they do, that'll be so sweet because it'll be cheaper and faster than shipping them by hand. If I have to ship them by hand, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, I'm not hitting the instantiate button because I just want to see if the goat's there. No. Wow.
No.
It's not there.
That's disappointing.
It is. You got to go soon, don't you?
I do.
I can tell
sadly.
I can tell by your hope. If you have hope that something will work, you have to leave soon. I can tell. No worries.
Tangible hope. That's the way that works.
No worries.
Yeah. Sorry, my friend. I do have to go.
All right, kids. That's what we could do with Roy. Let's see what we can do without him now.
Watch as everything works perfectly.
Bye, Roy. Karen says goodbye.
Bye, Karen.
I don't need to put too fine a point on it, but the show really sucks without Rory.
Wow. I hope that wasn't loud enough for people to hear that. Holy cow. Bye, Rory. Everybody's waving bye to you. Bye, Rory. Thanks so much. Wow, I thought we were really close with that. So we got out here. Let's do let's throw a little warning out here that says that's equal to, and let's call it and just see what that is. Just throw a debug log out here like that, and do the same right here, I suppose, or I don't know. Recording done. Maybe run it down here. Meanwhile, let's go look at that decompiler again. See if we can find out any other clues. So we got spawn new creature instance. Who's using that? Check for creature spawn. shoot, and we can't get a decompile of it because I'm not sure why we can't, but we can't do that. That's too bad. Boy, that record and build history really I thought was going to nail it. Pickup object, creature data, get active board asset ID. Yeah, I'm almost thinking, what if this is returning a bad value, but what if instead we did just simply the board asset ID? Active board asset ID. What is get active? Wait, hold on. Where's that going? Is that getting me my unique? What is that getting back? Let's go look at that. Active board asset IDs. Active morph index is a byte. What? Oh man, what am I doing here? What am I setting active morph index to? Why don't I see that? That's in creature data v2. It's a public byte. Did I miss it? I did miss it. So it's probably, well, maybe it was, so if we say it's 0, I almost need to start looking at this data from, all right, can I jump back? Board asset IDs. I give it 1. And I say it's this board asset ID. That feels like it should work. All right, so we're basically... So this call to get board asset ID, just to be clear, should be returning essentially the GUID that we give it here, the one we passed into it. This looks like it's for changing from one character to another. Looks like it has multiple assets available. Let's go look at board asset IDs. Analyze that. Oh, interesting. Look at these constructors. So this constructs a V2 creature data from a V0 one. Interesting. So these look like they're valid initialization values. Link is null, is created is true. Is created, I didn't see that as an option. Was that a settable option? It says it's read only. It's got to be called in the constructor, but maybe it's set here. Guess we got to look at that. Creature data v2. We can't. Let's go look at. How do I get to it? I went to here. Let's go find its constructor. I don't see a constructor with sending nothing to it. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to change the constructor. I think I'm going to change the constructor to construct a new creature data v0. And then I'm going to go from there. Wait, is that right? It's something called data model. Okay. Then come up there. That should get our is created set to true. V1. Fine. All right, passing in that guy. Okay. So only a board asset GUID. All right, fine. We're going to just pass in the board asset GUID, which I think is this. Then come in here and do that. What do we no longer need to touch is the question here. If we do this, I almost want to think everything is no longer, we don't need to touch anything anymore. Here, maybe. Although creature ID, I don't want this. I want its own creature ID to be unique. Yeah, it looks like such a roundabout way to create a creature. Yeah, no, I know. It does. But the problem the reason I'm doing this is because, see, there's this is created, and it's only set. It's read-only, internal. I can't set it. I can't say like that's equal to false or something like that. And I'm wondering, and it looks like it's not initialized in just a raw constructor. So this is all based on that theory. So I'm like let's call new creature data v2 because I know inside there is created is set to false. I mean to true. I'm just wondering, is that problematic? And is that why I'm not saving? And I'm commenting out these lines just to try it like this. I guess we'll try it. Get active board asset ID. I kind of want to also try that. Wait, what do we need here? This is looking for an N good. And what's creature ID? It's a creature good. Is value an N good? There we go. That looks good. So I want to try this or that is what I want to do. I want to try kind of both of these. I think I'm gonna do both for now and just see if we get any errors in it. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll see what happens. So we're gonna, we know one of those is wrong for sure, but maybe one of them will work. And we may also get the crash too. If we get the crash, we'll have to maybe come back and uncomment out some of these pieces. That's my next attempt at getting this to persist. Okay, Lord Ashes says, haven't figured it out yet. Okay, so let's do one more rebuild, make sure I got it. Okay, succeeded. Starting up TaleSpire on the second machine. Yeah, so we're close, I think. It's just a switch somewhere. Did the decompiler, was it able to get into the second line of code? I forgot about that. Create and add new creature. Usages. Spawn new creature click. What does call camera click do? Record and build history. Wow, look at this code. That's like, there's not much there. Yeah, this it really should be that simple. Why isn't record and build history? There must be something wrong with our board asset ID. I don't know. We'll try this. We'll come back and look at this. We'll look at this code in a second. We'll try this and see what happens. Instantiate. There it is. Let's go look at what we've got in the log. No errors. So all of those kind of worked. So that's cool. No errors. Let's close it and start it back up. Want to see a goat? Huh. That's not good. Oh, it's because I did this. Okay, good. Off we go. Okay. Calm down, everyone. It's okay. Okay, starting up. I want to see a goat. We see a goat. The goat has been persisted. Okay, I think it was the is created. That's my theory, but let's kind of nail, let's kind of drill in on that and see if we can figure it out. So I think that might have something to do with it. This we also changed. We did give it a new creature ID. The question is now, so we know this works. Which one of these two do we remove? I guess I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to remove that one right there. And we'll see if just this code works. That's what we're looking for next. Okay, so now that we've created one goat, let's close it down. I think to make startup faster, I'm going to delete these remote assets right here. Just going to delete all of them. That's going to make it start up faster. Okay, TaleSpire should start up much faster now. Oops, hold on. I got to rebuild. Okay, so rebuild solution. Rebuild all succeeded. Starting TaleSpire. So there's the goat. I'm going to move this goat over there. Now I'm going to come in and create a new goat. There's the new goat. Put that new goat right there. We're going to zoom in on that new goat. Put the alligator right nearby it, like that. That's what we want to see when we come back in. So we're going to exit. Before I quit, just want to verify no errors. Looks good. There's get active board asset ID is coming back correctly. That looks good. Oh, shoot. It may be saved. I closed down the log, and the log instantly shuts it down. It may be saved because we called record in build history. That line of code right up there. So we might be okay. Yes, that worked. Sweet. Okay, back over to the code. So we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. Do we need this? I'm going to try getting rid of that. See if that works for us. Okay. Shut down TaleSpire. Rebuild. Starting TaleSpire. Okay, so we're going to need to test this, we need to drop a new goat, put it in a unique place. So let's do that. Instantiate. There's goat. Put goat over here by Merkin. Get the camera in there on both of them. And close down. It just occurred to me, we could just load a different board and then come back and load the other board. It would be much faster. And I think effectively the same test. All right, let's try it out. Here we go. Loading up. Also, it could have checked to see the creature's ID after it was created to make sure that it's getting a unique one. That would have also verified that we don't need that line of code that we commented out. Good. That worked. Okay. All right. Let's go put that out in the Discord so that let's do this. I want to rename this guy to Creature Data V2. So that's clear. Throw that out in the Discord so that they know how to do that. Lord Ashes writes, let me know if you find something that works out. I could update my plugin to just spawn its own minis instead of needing a base. One of the reasons I did not do that yet is that we would not save the mini. The other reason is... Okay. All right, so that's the key to that. Okay, so we've got instantiating the creature. Step one. I think I need to put this inside its own class. This init, I think I'm going to call it persistent effects. I think we'll do that. That's what we're going to call it. Okay. So come in here, say create partial class part, and inside here we're going to call this TaleSpire.persistent. Do I want to just keep going? Effects, like that. And then I put the API calls here, maybe. Let's rename that. Hold on a second. Let me get you full screen on that so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just renaming this to TaleSpire.persistent.effects, like that. Okay. So we need to have a method here called create. And we're going to go to TaleSpire.board.instantiate creature. We're going to give it the goat ID and a position. Where is the active position? That's a good question. Probably the center of the screen. There's rulers, I think, has got something. Nope. I don't want TaleSpire's rulers. I want another one. But I forget where it is. Let me create a new class here just so I can get inside. So rulers dot. No, not you. Come on. Line rulers. I thought it was rulers. Let's go to something that uses TaleSpire. See if we can find it here. I thought there was a get. Where are you getting this from? Where is that coming from? I thought there was a way to get the position under the mouse. Is what I'm trying to get. I know there's a way to do it, and I just forget what it is. I thought it was in rulers, line rulers. Is that an option? And I don't remember the name of the class, name of the method either. So we'll need a way to specify that. Okay, so we need a position. For now, we'll just say new vector 3. I think that's what's needed here. What do we need? And we'll put in this hard code this for now. Grab the goat's good. That's goat 1, board asset ID right there. So we're going to instantiate that creature. Does instantiate creature I want to see what happens when we create a new goat. Is it selected? Is it the active one? Let's see if that happens. Instantiate. Not active. What happens if we drop it from the library? Also not selected. Decompiler might have a clue as to how to get the position. Like, kind of want position on screen center. That's what I'm looking for. Call camera click. Spawn new creature instance. Creature spawner board tool. We don't have that actually. Okay. This one's kind of interesting. We just need to find out where it is. Didn't I have line rulers? Yeah, I'll have to figure out where that position is on that. Okay. So we've got that hard-coded. We need to know where it is on the board. We need to get the creature ID back from it, is what we need to do. I think this might be valid, is what I think. By this time, that's my hope. It's valid. I don't want to do that. Not a creature ID dot value dot toString. So I just wanted to return the ID. Instantiate creature. ID. Then I want to send that out. That could be enough for right now. Let's try to recompile that. Oh wait, let me see. Yeah, let's see what we get. Okay. Let's get this guy. Let's just delete this. Getting a little too many goats on here. Instantiate. Now go over here. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. It's got a creature ID of all zeros. I liked it better when we set it. The creature ID. Let's see what happens when we do the list. So these are the last two goats that have been created. Let's bring up Notepad, take a look at those. They do have different creature IDs. And they're unique, which is good. But the problem is, I think the problem is this at the time of creation is not any good. The question is if will it be reset? Why isn't that good? Why is it all zeros? So it's a little frustrating. There's no return and there's no return. Let's see if we can set it and see if it sticks. So now I'm hoping that this comes back as a value that we can record and it sticks. That's what I'm looking for. TaleSpire, killing it. Rebuilding. Rebuild all succeeded. How you doing, Karen?
Perfect. How are you?
Good.
Perfect.
I'm pretty good.
Oh no. Less perfect.
Yeah?
I just realized I had a lot of stuff I needed to have to come.
Oh no. Okay. Instantiate. There's the goat. There's the creature ID. So the question is does this creature ID stick with it? 6547. Hopefully it does. If we load the creatures, hopefully we see near the end. I want to see 6547. It sticks. Now I want to see if it sticks with a shutdown and a restart. So this is this goat right here. I'm going to delete this guy. Put this guy over here in front of the crocodile, like that. Let's see if that guy sticks on a shutdown and a restart. Just to double check, we're going to come in here, effects, explore menu, 6. There it is right there. Oh, I'm feeling like I got a good sign about this. Turn it off there. You just saw him disappear right there. Turn it back on. Okay, cool. Close down. So we want 6547 to still be sticking around when we come back in. If the creature ID is the same, that's excellent news. Because now what we can do is we can now go find the creature and then start modifying it. Pull out the pieces we need. So we're looking for 6547. Here we go, starting up. Yep, it's got that same creature ID. That's sweet. Yeah, we're getting ready to go to Valencia, kids. We're packing up the house. How are we doing on that, Karen? T minus 10 days or something, right?
We're not
11
so good.
days? Not so good. She's saying hi.
Karen.
Karen says hi. Okay, there's
In
the
new
goat.
office, I'm going to be able to appear on your show anytime.
Yeah, just walk in.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking.
like-
I'm thinking about having areas where I can stand up and kind of point to code, go to a different camera, kind of like a weatherman.
You
could do that. Yeah.
In a ball gown.
Like, what'd you say, Nana?
Vanna.
Vanna. Okay, that was way better.
Nana?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Well, Nana used to make me guess vowels all the time. All right. So now here's the question: is it 6547? I think it's going to be. I'm feeling good about it. There it is. That's the same one. Sweet. That's awesome. Surly says hi, Karen. Yeah, Karen saw the studio plans. I showed them to her. I just skipped to the end, I think.
Sorry. Who said hi?
Surly.
Oh, hi, sir.
Surly Deb. Surly Deb. So you know what I like about Surly Deb? That guy's always taking care of his mom.
Of his what?
Mom. His mum. M-U-M.
Yeah,
Mum.
that's a good trait.
Yeah, he's like, baking for her, delivering lunch. Like, oh my God.
I know. We were watching a show the other day that featured Never Have I Ever, which features an Indian family. And they literally bow to their like parents when they walk in the room. And I was like, let's institute that.
Oh yeah, let's get that going.
That.
Let's get that going.
Yes, please.
Even among strangers, I want them bowing when we walk in.
Yeah, well, I think
Is that too much?
Backup band ready then.
Okay, cool. All right, so now this is really, really good. Good. Let me do this. I want to throw one more line of code in there. I want to just pop this in to the Discord over there. I want a persistent GUID. You need to at the time of creation, you need to set that in this code like this. Okay. Okay. All right. Next step. We are looking at hiding goat 1. So adding a handle shape. I'm going to just add, I'm not going to hide Go 1, but I'm going to add the sphere for now, and later we're going to figure out how to kind of replace it, because there's a more proper way to replace the meshes, and I just got to figure out exactly how I want to do that. I want to follow the proper way to do it, but I will add a sphere to it. So go find the asset loader to it, and we'll add a sphere. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, replacing the mesh there. So we'll add a sphere, though, and we'll see how that looks. Okay. We call this creature ID. Then we're going to come into minis.get creature board asset. And I think that's going to return something real. Where's my ghost function? I've got a ghost function in here somewhere. I could ghost this. Where's ghost? It's in here. It must be invisible. Minis.make invisible. Minis. Is there visibility? Set visibility. Creature ID. False. What this is going to do... Wait, what's wrong here? String creature ID, visibility... Invisible. What's it not liking about creature ID here, though? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So we're setting invisible, which is going to. I think that's not bad. It's not a bad approach. Okay, so let's do this as a test right here. Real quickly, we're going to shut down TaleSpire. Rebuild, and we want to make sure we are calling TaleSpire persistence. Persistence that effects. Okay, and then in my Explorer, I want to, instead of be calling this, I want to be calling TaleSpire.persistence.effects.create. And is that right? Yeah, okay. So it's just going to create one and set it to invisible. That's all it's going to do. Do I want to add anything on here? I want to combine these, I think. Changing it to that. Persistent effects. Get rid of this. Because I've already got this TaleSpire effects, and I'm deciding I don't really want to have collision in that way. Okay. All right, so now in TaleSpire effects dot I've got attach effect. Are we not running TaleSpire? It's, let's do this. Let's add medium fire. Because I know that's out there. Pretty sure I've got something called medium fire. Like that. That may be enough for now. Okay. Rebuild. Succeeded. Starting. Okay. Huh. It did not make it invisible. We got some errors. Creature with ID 5615 not found. How much I want to bet it is there, but it's just being set later. Is that what's happening? Yeah, 561. It's there. But it's not found yet. Okay. My thoughts on this go like this, is the update method is called, and when the update method, this is theory, right? But when the update method is called, so that means this is coming back empty. When the update method is called, my theory is that any newly created assets are added to a list. And at that point, then this will work. That's what I think. But we still have the creature ID, and it's still going to be valuable. So my feeling is what we need to do is something like this. We're going to say, I'm going to create a new list of creatures, no, effects to instantiate, or essentially to initialize, like that. And then we're going to say effects to initialize dot add creature ID. We're going to do that. None of this we're going to do right now. Then we're going to create a method called update. And we're going to go check to see if we've got anything in effects to initialize. Equals 0. So if it's 0, we're going to get out. Otherwise, we're going to run through them. And yeah, maybe go back with creature ID. And then we're going to clear effects to initialize at the end of this. So the theory is that if we just wait a minute, this will all work. Make this public. And let's go find the update. This one we can use, tap to next reference. All right, and then we want to say persistent effects.update. And so if their update gets called before us, we should be good. That's my theory. Let's see if it works. Ubiquitous engineer. We might be on the wrong screen. Yeah, sorry about that. I missed that. Never mind now. Okay. Have you guys tried vegan food? There's so many that taste like the real thing. It's crazy. Now we're both keto. I've gone vegan for a little bit and had suicidal thoughts, and then it was like, yeah, I'm done with that. Yeah, it was like, I did it for a week, and it was just like, no way. Yeah, I have to fuel with fat and protein. That tends to be what I'm throwing at my body. Very few carbs. Okay, build succeeded. Starting up. Thanks for letting us know about that, Ubiquitous Engineer, about being on the wrong screen. Sometimes I do that, like trying to maintain a lot of things here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's clean up some goats. All right. Let's hit the instantiate button. Let's take a look at that. Okay, here we go. Instantiate. Still none. What do you want to bet, though, if I grab this, copy it, and put it over here, and hit the ghost button? I'm not sure if this code works or not, but I almost have a feeling that's going to ghost. Yeah, totally ghosted. That's what I was expecting to see at the beginning. It's just a matter of time. Could it be one update, just one update later? Let's do something different. Let's do this instead. Let's do that. We're going to create a list of ones that we managed to find. We're going to do this. And then we're going to say, hey, if we find you, like that. And then we're going to add creature ID to updated creatures. Then, after we get out, we're going to say, hey, if updated creatures.count is greater than 0, don't want to allocate this every single time. Let's do this instead. And then here, we're just going to call clear on it. I think that'll be a little faster. Since I'm in an update call happening, 30 or 60 frames a second, I don't want to allocate it every time. I'm going to just do that because I think it's faster. So if I think it's faster to do clear. Yeah. If the count is greater than 0, then how do I do this? Effects to initialize dot. Is it intersect? I want the subtraction. I don't think there's a subtraction in here, is there? It's not intersect. It's not. Yeah, I'm just not sure how to do the subtraction on it. So I think I'm going to have to just do a for each loop on my updated creatures. like that. And then I'm going to say effects to initialize dot remove creature ID. And we're not going to clear this at the end. Maybe I'll clear this at the end too. Like that. And only clear it if we're in here. I'm just thinking about, you know, optimizing for speed. Okay, so now so basically code looks like this. If we have any effects to initialize, we'll be coming down here, looping into them, and trying to get the creature board asset. What's going on in creature board asset? Shoot. It's calling get all. That's a little expensive. But it's doing this because Creature Presenter, at least the last time we checked this, did not have a way to very quickly find it. Try get asset. Try get instance. I want asset. This looks way better than the other. I think this is going to be much faster than the one I wrote. So this is the creature ID. Creature GUID. Dang it. I need to create a new creature GUID as it. Really? Why wouldn't you take that in? Fine. New creature GUID. GUID string. There it is. Out creature asset. All right. I like that. Since I've never worked with this before, there's a possibility this could come out with something that's non-null, but I'm totally expecting it to be null. So we might see a few of those messages come out. All right, that feels better. Let's shut down TaleSpire. Rebuild solution. Seth Juarez is out there. Use the force miller. That's how you do it. Last one says you can do that with vegan food too, though. Just need the right ingredients, but yeah, the body needs some time adjusting from one diet to another. That's interesting, Glass, on that. I didn't think about that. So vegan plus just a lot of fat. Yeah, the problem is I love French fries, and I can tolerate French fries if I've got enough bacon. If I got a plate of bacon, I can tolerate not eating French fries. I mean, if I have a plate of bacon. Seth Juarez, how you doing? Didn't see you come in there. Glad to have you with us. I'm hacking into TaleSpire, trying to get it to work the way I want it to. We're trying to create, right now, it looks like we're trying to create a goat. But the goat is actually just a base. We're going to be removing stuff, putting some fire there. Stick some fire on that goat. Make the goat invisible. If we can get it to work. I feel like we're close. I think like this might work. We're giving it a number, and the problem is it's not finding it. And I think it's because TaleSpire takes a moment before it grabs a new instance and says, oh, I know about you now. Is that Judson coming in? Anything is tolerable with a plate of bacon, except broccoli. Broccoli is evil. I actually like broccoli. Well, here's the secret on broccoli, by the way, Judson. I cut the stems off pretty much completely. So just got the feathery green stuff at the end. I use a healthy amount of oil, like olive oil, garlic, and salt. Then I bake it till the green stuff is crispy. You don't want to bake it too much. Swirly says, I admire people who are vegan for animal welfare reasons. Sure, I do. I'm just not convinced it's healthier than an omnivore or carnivore diet. I don't even remember ever seeing any cave paintings of people hunting carrots. The only way is to cut the stems off. Well, but because the hunting carrots wasn't dramatic. That wasn't worth a story worth telling. Jessup says the only way is to cut the stems off and then throw it all in the trash. That's awesome. Okay, so let's kill this guy. Let's try to create a new one. Hitting the instantiate button. Whoa! There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Sweet. Really sweet. Nice. And then we're just going to come in. So we're not far. We hide the effect. Whoa. Hiding the effect. Left this invisible guy. Oh, geez. Look at me. I'm not even showing you the right screen. That's where we got, kids. That's where we are. I didn't know when they're invisible that happened. Or is that because I'm making changes to it? This is my change, my ghost, not theirs. Okay, got it. Got it. Ooh, we lost the fire because we're attaching in the wrong location. The attach effect is happening at the wrong location. Let's see if we find that and figure out why. So the words, I also lost the fire a long time ago. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see, says Ubiquitous Engineer. Yeah, thanks, Ubiquitous Engineer. Oh, you know what? Let me do one other thing. I've got an app that plays a little sound in my ear when somebody is chatting, and we lost our internet connection midway through the show, and I didn't restart that app. I need it so I'll hear a sound. That's why I haven't been hearing when you send a chat message over. Now I've got you. Okay. I don't know which goat this is. I'm going to assume it's the second one. Try that. Take a look at that. See what we got. Looks like it's pretty clean. No, maybe. It's got the ghost. So that's the one. That's the thing I want. We'll turn off the ghost for there. Ubiquitous Engineer says you can ignore us for the day. That's okay. I got the sound going off now. Certainly, it's talking to last minute. Says I've also seen some recent high-profile cases where ardent vegans recently switched back to omnivore and carnivore diets after years of being vegan because they were having health issues. Interesting. Yeah, the thing I know from like just firsthand experience is that vegans tend to not be super joyful. It could be my plate of bacon that makes them angry too. That could be it. I'm not ignoring you, Ubiquitous Engineer. Last minute back to Certainly Dev says, I've seen some of those. The ones I've seen didn't do a well-planned diet. I think that's also probably true. What'd you say? Who's all?
I think people who describe themselves as humanists have been joyless.
What are humanists? All right, fine. You're in trouble. Sorry, kids. I don't know why she keeps coming in here. She just wants an audience. Okay, what is going on here? Cloth-based. That's the attached spell. That's the fire. I should have put it down in here. In the asset loader. I'm feeling. Character root. Yeah, it's in the base asset, but I don't think it should be in the base asset. In the cloth-based clone. That's what I think. I did keto diet for a bit. Might do it again. Have you noticed a change in your cholesterol levels after being on keto for so long? I don't know. I'm not really tracking that. My cholesterol levels were decent before I started. So, and the last time I checked them, they're still decent. So, yeah. But it was like maybe 2 years ago when I checked them. Franklin is going to revive Mondays. Maybe. I plan my diet around nutrition. Says last minute. I have an app that tracks it all. Nice. So make sure to get healthy amounts of all the basic needs my body has. So that's cool, Les Matt. And Les Matt, would you describe yourself as a relatively joyful person or kind of a pessimistic person? Because you seem pretty optimistic here. Dave Keto on Twitter does a lot of cholesterol research. Yeah, and I'm sure I'm fine. The problem is cholesterol, or well, I don't know. I don't even want to say this because it's more like, do I really know this is true? But most problems that were associated with fat were really because of sugar plus fat and kind of just sugar. Well, sugar plus fat. So that's kind of the problem. You cut out sugar and fat actually isn't so harmful. My comments should have read, if Karen wants an audience, she should get Franklin to receive bribe money. Got it. Yes, I'm joyful, but that lasts mainly because my life is full of joy. Well, that's still cool. That's awesome, man. All right. So we got a couple problems. I think I'm just going to kind of document them, kind of end the show. We'll kind of wind this show down right here. One of them is my attached spell seems to be going in the wrong place because it's not sticking when I fly. If I were to come in here, right click this and say no longer fly, he's on fire again. So my cloth base, I got this in the wrong spot, my attached effect. Maybe I can fix that now. That would be actually sweet. Let's go look at the code a second, see if we can get that real fast here. Okay, by the way, we didn't check. Hold on, let's go back, check the log. I want to see if the log shows us. Let's select all, copy, select all, paste, and then, what is it? Update was the word I had in there. Yeah, creature is null this update cycle. And then we immediately go in. So we were only off by one update cycle. The cool thing about that is that the theory that they do it in an update cycle looks good. Like that's like what they were doing. That after the creature's created, an update goes. When they get it, they say, okay, where's the creature? Okay, now let's add it to my list so we can find it. And then it's the very next update. In other words, we're only getting one of these messages here. And the very next one, we're coming in and setting it. So that's super sweet. That looks really, really good. Okay, so over here we can start cleaning up the log messages here. We'll keep this for now. This set visibility. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. We are going to attach the effect, and I want to go into attach effect and follow it down to where it actually does it. Creature board asset. It does get base. And I bet it makes that the parent, right? Spell transform position is equal to that. Set parent. Yeah, it's right there. I don't want that to be the parent. I want asset loader to be the parent. I think I can find that. I think there's a call to get base asset loader. Isn't there? So get asset loader. Oh, come on. Hold on. Let's go back over to TaleSpire. Asset loader. I thought there was something up here in creature. Creature board asset. Base loader. What's your name? Your name is base loader. It's this guy. That's not what I want. I want the asset loader. Well, I could find you. Find child asset loader. Why don't I do that? I can find you. There's got to be... Oh, nice. Didn't notice a get ground height. That's awesome. Sweet. That's going to be useful elsewhere. Okay. Let's go back and look at the hierarchy. What is that? So get base, I think, gets me this. I need to go up 1, 2, 3 parents to get to the rotator. I wonder if there is already a call out here in rotator to give me the rotator. No, that's not what I want. Get asset. Do I have a get asset loader? I really want that. All right, so I guess I'm going to build it in. Yeah, let's do this. Let's create an extension method for creature asset base. I thought I had a TaleSpire extensions here. Core. There it is right there. Ubiquitous Engineer says, since the last time I watched, it looks like you've added new features or you've updated TaleSpire. Where did the actions menu come from when selecting the creature? That's all this. If you're talking about this right here, this is the effects editor. So we built this, and this is our other tool for exploring. So we got these two tools for exploring. If you're talking about those. Actions menu, you said, where did the actions menu come from? When you right click, these menus here, this is all built into TaleSpire. That's not me. Inside of TaleSpire. Yeah, that's not me. That's built into TaleSpire right there. Yeah. So now if we come in and hide him and come back, yeah, now it's just fire right there. Just what we want. Cool. First time seeing it. Cool. Okay. All right, so we're going to find this. We need kind of this guy. We need to get to the rotator. Character asset loader. Asset loader is where we need to go. So we basically have a reference to this guy, and we need to go find that guy, is what we need to do. Hold on. Well, we got asset loader there. We don't have an asset loader up here. Creature board asset. Yeah, there's nothing in here that gets me to the asset loader. I just feel like it's got to be there. It's a feeling kind of thing. Oh my gosh. The get ground height was mine. I thought that was theirs. It's mine. Okay, we're going to create something like this. We're going to call this get creature asset. Is that what it is? Get asset loader. Get asset loader. Something like that. Passing in that creature asset. So we're going to say creature asset dot get base. Wait, get base is mine as well? Interesting. Flying indicator. The base loader doesn't help me either. So I can go in, I'm going to go to base loader. Then I got to go to, well, let's go back to where we were. We want to get to here. Started base loader, and then we're going to move up. Base loader, is that a game object? I think it is. It's not. Base loader dot you have a game object property? I do. .transform.parent. Okay. It's almost like this is what we've got to do. Let me copy this to the clipboard, see if I can paste it in here. Ah, nice. Okay. So if anybody's freaking out, like I just pasted an image into code, this is CodeRush. CodeRush allows you to do this. Okay, so we are, the base loader is, I think, here. So we're going to go parent, parent. And that should get us to the rotator. Like that. Just to be, cool, we're going to do that. Maybe that. Fine. That. All of that. We'll just do all that. And we're going to say, hey, if not null, if rotator's not null, then we need to go find child. And it says it's deprecated. Oh, hold on. I want to go even further. I want to go get the game object of that. Because now I can use my find child on that, which is my extension method on, and we can go look for asset loader. That returns a game object. What are we saying? We're returning a float. Change it to a game object. All right. I think that's going to work. Now, instead of calling get base, we're going to try get asset loader instead. And is that going to be enough to do that? Let's look at that closely here. Asset loader. Yeah. Or not. There's the fire effect. And we kind of want it over here. Yeah, the fire effect's in the wrong place. We want it over here, and we should still be able to see it. Yeah, so that's good. I think that's all we need to do. Let's see if that works. It used to be get base. We'll try it. So the test is to create a new goat. The goat should be on fire. And when we switch from normal to flying, the fire should stay flying. That's what we're looking for. Okay, compiled, starting up. And if so, this gets us significantly closer to our goal of persistent effects, like being able to put like a waterfall someplace, or a fountain, or fire, or smoke, or a cloud, or rain, or snow, or something else, some other kind of effect like that. Right. First step in this is just getting the mechanism, the dropping and the positioning mechanism correct. Okay, so let's delete this. And let's hit the instantiate button. Good so far. Let's change to flying, and good so far. Excellent. Now when we right click and toggle and change it to hide, and we come back, we've got now our floating, well, not persistent yet, but pretty close. We come back and say reveal, and then we can move it around like that, move the fire to a new place. Like say, for example, we want to have this, here's the example is this thing is on fire. Slight problem though is that it won't, it's being blocked. I don't have super strong positioning abilities here. I can kind of put it on it like this. So for that reason, we might want to have offsets. Yeah, it doesn't allow me to put the mini in the same place. Can I get it underneath it? A little bit. Interesting. Can I raise it up? I can't raise it up anymore. So positioning is a little bit tricky. I can get it close. And let's hide it. And then there. So not bad. Just got to get some positioning there. You're using the goat only to place fire somewhere. Exactly. I'm going to remove the goat and change it to some other kind of icon. But I'm taking advantage of 3 features that are already built into TaleSpire. One is hiding, right? And the ability to toggle and then the second one is positioning, and the third one is rotation. So I'm going to do those. And then I'm going to combine that with some sort of UI. I'm not sure what that UI is yet, but let's go in and I'll give you an example of what we can do. Let's grab the mini. That's the goat. Probably that one. Is that it? That does not look like it's it. It's the one before that, apparently. Explore mini. Well, actually, maybe I should test it. Maybe that wasn't a fair test. We'll try the one before. Oh, no, that was it. Okay. So what we can do now in the asset loader, this is our attached spell effect right here. We can go in and actually modify it. So we can go into the particle system. Tint color. Will tint color have any impact on it at all? Yeah. There you go. So we can modify the effects right here. And the idea is that modification would be persistent. That's kind of what's going on. Here, let's come back over here and we'll tab out of this. Maybe we'll go back and hide him. And so we can come in and make changes to this like that. Yeah. So putting a persistent effect would consist of, I guess, a couple steps. One is drop the effect on there. 2, choose the effect that you want. 3, modify the effect. And then leave, and then you're done. It should save it out. That's what we want it to be. We want it to be able to save itself so that when it comes back in, it's able to recreate itself. That's what we're looking for. And so we're kind of, step 1 is being able to drop something on the board. And that's kind of where we are now. We have a programmatic drop on the board that's persisted. If we close and restart, that goat will still be here. The fire won't because we haven't persisted the effect yet. But that's kind of where we're going with this. But it should be cool. Should be cool. All right, with that, let's get a raid going. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll tackle this problem again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get to persistence tomorrow and actually saving something out. Let's send you over to Kale Codes. Hey, you have a good evening too, Surly Dev. Everybody have a good day, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Ubiquitous Engineer, I'm not going to ignore you. Apologies for that earlier. All right, go say hi to Kale Codes for me. I'm going to get some food. We'll see you tomorrow.